Are Orc Big Uns any good in patch 6.0.3? There comes a time in every Greenskin player's life when you begin to truly appreciate what bigger and ardor really means for you in combat. Though we now exist in an era where spears are used to actual effect against large opponents, not just for poking Skaven slaves, we nonetheless must go into this unit because it is that rare bird in the franchise, a general bruiser that also punches above its weight and height. They may be bigger in ardor, but they still count as infantry. Recruited for 750 gold and 187 upkeep, a significant increase over the norm. On Ultra, this gets you 100 entities, not 120, with 10,800 health between them. This is better health than the average Chaos Warrior. Armor is 50, but there are no shields to be had, and this is best described as the key weakness of the unit. It is both a magnet for missile fire and has no way to fend off that fire by default. Oh well, that's what goblins are for. Leadership 68 is better than the norm. Speed 31 and charge speed 39 are the norm. Melee attack 38 and attack interval of 3.9 are a very good and robust pair. There is no splash damage. Melee defense 28 could be worse, but it's not that high. Weapon strength 42 is split between base 29 and armor piercing 13, good numbers, with a bonus versus large of 8. Now, here's the thing. 8 isn't a high bonus, but the fact it exists at all means it's melee attack 46 and weapon strength 50 against mounted yeomen, centaurs, peasant horsemen, Kizilvite dervishes, and so on and so forth. It's still very strong as a deterrent to early to mid-tier cavalry, and frankly that armor piercing is decent enough to at least soften up lots of others. Charge bonus of 27 is on the upper end of infantry, and massive 210 is remarkably beefy, so chariots have a tougher time continuing to charge through them. Their only trait is hide and forest. Since this will otherwise be a short video, the Savage Orc variant is fairly similar but still differs in some respects. Recruited for 850 gold and 212 upkeep, this version has 0 armor, of course. That's a big reversal, but has the physical resistance 25% you'd expect. Speed is 37 and charge speed 44. Melee attack 41 is 2 better, melee defense 25 is 3 worse, charge bonus 34 is 7 better, and massive 180 is a little lighter. But they have Frenzy, so it's really melee attack 51 and weapon strength and charge bonus 10% better than normal. And the otherwise unchanged weapon stats means the Savage Orc version also has the same plus 8 bonus versus large. The Boys at 3 pips grants plus 6 melee attack to Orc infantry units, such as Big Uns, and plus 12% weapon strength, split along the ratio we got earlier. At rank 7, Ard Lads adds 12 armor plus 5 melee defense and 8% ward save for good measure, which makes them a lot tankier. For the tech tree, Eager to Fight grants plus 3 melee attack and plus 5 leadership, and Heavy Metal grants plus 10 armor and plus 5% weapon strength, per usual. In addition, Big Un Bullies enables plus 2 recruit rank and provides the Discouraged contact effect, stabbing enemy leadership by minus 16 regardless of if it's mortal, demon, or undead. Actually, I've raved about how good this is on particular lords like Isabella or Kazrak with his legendary weapon, and to get it on a unit a lot of you are going to use anyway is pretty powerful, but that is later in the campaign. Both upgrades to Big Uns without special factions require the tech unlock Spoils of War, so that's something about your early game progression. You can't get this without spending scrap on this unlock. Beta Blades offers plus 15% weapon strength, which is very welcome. Scrap Armor offers for a hefty 55 scrap, plus 25 armor and 30% missile block chance. Now, Padded Shields provided a full-time passive, but this is just straight to stats. I think the former was an increase to your frontal missile block chance. Making it bound to the unit's own armor just might make this 360-degree missile block chance. But you tell me, I haven't tested extensively to know. Either way, I did call it the main weakness of the unit, in normal use and for good reason. Like with the Orc Boyz, Gorbat can offer Big Banner Boys to his Big Uns, and Azag can grant wizardly weapons, and I'll show that on screen briefly. The story suddenly changes with Savage Orc Big Uns. Beta Blades is available for them too, but they can get bone breastplates for armor plus 15 and melee defense plus 6, like upgraded ivory arm guards, which I'm sure is the idea. If in the bloody hands, they can get the Idol of Gork for magical attack dampening. What's left? Liquor Flasks. Ooh, that sounds fun. Unlocked by Scavenging Gits, we saw this for regular Savage Orcs, but for a pretty hefty scrap cost. Leadership plus 15 and physical resistance 5%. Well, their leadership was already better, now it gets really monstrous. So how do we use the Big Uns? Well, this is a bully unit. It's not a specialist unit there to turn the tide. It's not there to hold the line indefinitely. It's there to punch up and punch down and keep punching until stuff stops moving. It's a line bolstering unit. It's kind of a shock troop, but it's so sturdy and resilient that it's like adding rebar to concrete. The idea is to make the whole even stronger than the metal itself. Orc Boyz and a lot else benefit from having Big Uns around to draw attention and smack stuff. That's exactly the mentality you should have. They're not fast enough to use in other contexts, so getting them too far away from the fight just isn't time efficient, and won't help you win. Your big problem is almost always not being able to recruit as many as you'd like due to finances, or simply not being efficient, because even though they do healthy armor piercing, it's not quite enough to your liking, but that's what you have other forces for. The Big Uns are there to in effect create space for the rest of your forces, giving them margin for error rather than trying to dominate everything single-handedly, except for the current era with those gnarly scrap upgrades. If you're boosting them that far, just send more and dare the enemy to stop you. Take care and have fun stomping on everyone, because that's what Big Uns are definitely for.